Well, despite what I said earlier regarding this filler and this slope being at the back, I'm beginning to think that the seal should go this way up with the slope at the front and going inside, so that it goes on this way round, and then you get an even looking seal here. That's what I think. That's what I'm going to do. If it's wrong, it's wrong. It just seems more logical after giving it some thought, and also a comment from one of my subscribers, and I'll put his name up in a second, because he seems to think it would go the other way around. And as I was filming it, I thought, yeah, that doesn't look right. So now what I got to do is give this copious amounts of WD-40 and then try and get it in position. Wish me luck. I'll show you when it's done. Well, it is in. Not in the way I wanted. I struggled for hours trying to get that seal in, and it just kept wanting to drop to the bottom. In the end, I said fuck it, and I have glued it. It'll do its job. It's not how I wanted it, but sometimes you just have to accept that that's the way it's going to be, because that fucker just kept wanting to drop inside, and it just, well, it wouldn't do it, and I'll only struggle for so long. So there you go. It looks fine. It'll do the job. Okay, here we go. That is the old pump and the components there. This is the new rebuild kit. There are no instructions. I have no clue what those little brass things are for. It would appear they maybe go on here, but if that's the case, I'm one short, because there's only 13 there, then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, sorry, 12 there. 12? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 there. Duh. But I didn't recall having them on this pump when I took it apart. So I'm really not sure if they are needed. I don't recall seeing this gasket either. So I'm definitely going to have to go grab myself one of my other pumps and start taking it apart to see where shit goes. As I said, this kit doesn't come with instructions, which is rather disappointing. I think I'll try and get on their website and see if they have a repair kit for electronic kit, so to see if they have instructions with it. Let me get on site. Okay, as I mentioned, I don't have any instructions, so I'm going to do something that seems rather obvious first, and that is this piece here. So first we put in this little gasket. Okay, then this invisible seal, diaphragm, then this rubber seal, then the cap. Trying to keep it in position while I do this. Sorry, you may not be seeing it. Then we'll move on to what I think is the next piece. Well, I know it's the next piece, but whether I can do it right or not is another matter. And unfortunately, England's asleep at the moment. Not that they ever wake up. So I've asked them to send me a link to a PDF so that I can rebuild this. I mean, it didn't come with instructions, which I find rather strange. The electronic conversion kit did, but not the basic reassembly. The thing here is to get it as tight as you can. Hope it don't leak, huh? Oops. And there's some crap in this screw thread. Slot rather, not thread. And therefore that hasn't gone down as I want it to. Not yet, anyway. I tell you what, guys, that is a fucking tight fit. And it's still not fully down. Wow. That surprises me. Okay. That's good and tight. Just this last one. Tell you what, I really don't like that screw. I know it's coming out. I don't like it. Sorry. I've got a choice of one other one. I'm going to put that in there. Maybe this one was for the ground wire. Because it just, I don't know, it just don't feel right. Okay, guess that's as good as it gets. Now, what is the next piece? What's this? What goes in here, I wonder? Just a filter? I wonder if that's that one's for. Bet it could be. Tell you what though, as I've promised, I have another one that I can use to figure it out. So let me open it up and see. I'll be right back. Okay, it does turn out that this is the gasket. This is the cover. It's a slightly different design to the original. The original was a complete cork piece. Okay. As I said, I'm doing the bits that are obvious first. Maybe I won't need the instructions, who knows, huh? Sorry, that's the wrong size. I'll get the right size wrench and I'll be back. Okay, this is the insides of the old pump. Obviously the gasket that goes on the outside. These two screws have got to come out for me to get to the valves, and we'll see how they are. Need a Phillips screwdriver. Don't go away. Keep it round the same way, otherwise I'll probably get myself all screwed up. Okay, so there's two valves in there. Ah, they are set in different directions. Right, so this one, I need a pick stick. Right. Okay, so that's got a little thingy upwards. And I see a grill underneath. So I got a feeling that's that. It goes there. Then they look the same, so I'm going to assume that one goes in there that way. I've got to confirm that. Come on. Well, that really doesn't want to come out. Ah, I bet I know why. I bet I know why. Because I didn't put the seal in. Now this one, that's just facing down. Yep, that's it. Right, so that faces down, and I've got to put a seal in. On this one I don't know where the seal goes. On this one I do. It goes there. Okay. And then that goes on top, facing down, thusly. And this one I'm going to make sure that I've got that the right way. And these caps, okay, so this cap can go in on this one. Okay, but I've still got to figure this one out. If I break it, I break it. Okay, got it. Aha, the seal, and then the mesh goes downwards, so it's the seal and the mesh. Now let's do it the other way, Gary. Put the seal in and the mesh on top of that, and then this, which was this way up, on top of that, and then the retainer, which is this, on top of that. Okay. Okay, so that would appear to be that. Now we cut in, we put this plate in. Oops, put it up the right way, it'll help. And we should have 2 screws. We do, 2 screws. Okay. Oh dear. Now here I go. Just put those seals in, but I see I've got rubber rings as well. Fuck. Did they have rubber rings as well? Oh dear. This one has 2 seals. This one has a rubber ring by the looks of it. This one has got a seal either side of that mesh. Bugger, I've got to take it out again and do it again. So those 2 seals there and a rubber ring goes in here. Alright, I'm not going to let you watch me do that, but do note that that's how it goes. It's got the mesh, sorry, it's got the seal, it's got the mesh, it's got the seal, and then it's got this little doobie dab shit. Alright, let me do that. Okay, on this one there is 2 of those gaskets. These rubber rings must be for something else, they're way too small, and these are also for something else. So here you have a gasket, the wire mesh, a gasket, and then the valve, and then the valve seal or retainer. On this side you'd have the gasket, the valve, and then the retainer, and then obviously this that goes back on the top there. Okay, in order to get this further apart now, once you've separated these 2 pieces, you take off the connection here, which is the spade connection, and then just pull this cover off, set it to one side so you can lose it, and in here there are various components. Now this is a points one at the moment. I'm obviously going to be changing my new one, not this one. I'll just put this back as it is. But what you need to do is undo, let me see, yes, you do have to undo that single screw there, which is this one here that we have spare. Then undo these 2 screws, and then I believe it should come apart. I'm not sure because of, where is it? Where did it go? Because of this particular one, which is here. I'm not sure if it's will come out through the second piece of plastic. There's 2 pieces of plastic here. Hang on, I'm lying again. It's 1 piece of plastic, isn't it? Look, dumb shit. It's 1 piece of plastic, so it should come out with it. But you've got a connection there that has to come off. So well, let's start undoing this, shall we? Oh, I'll tell you what, does that yeah, that's interesting. See, there's a little washer there. If you can see it, there's a little rubber washer there. Don't forget to put it back. Oh God, this is picky, picky, picky. Now, I'm not sure actually what purpose that serves. Certainly not insulating. It may be just to help keep moisture out. course, another good thing with videoing this is I know how to put it back together because I watched the video. Gosh, that is taking a lot of time. There we go. Okay, put that to one side. Now, if I am correct, as I'm usually not, I may not have to take the points off. Okay, I hope you're getting a good view of this. Okay, of course that doesn't want to come off, but it has to. And all of this just to get that diaphragm off. And why am I doing this? Well, there's two reasons. One, I want to show you, and two, I want to make sure there's nothing untoward in there that I need to deal with. Cool. I tell you what, let's take these two screws out. And I may not need to worry about that. And do note, there's a special washer on it. I know there's a special name for those washers, and bugger if I can remember it right now. But that's okay. There we go. So we've got a wire on there and the loop from this. Okay, now hopefully that will come up. Ah, silly ass, you've got to push this pin out. Okay, now that will be a pain to get back in. Why? Because you've got the tension here. So that's the points. But, in a second, trying to get this out of the way. Right, to get this diaphragm out, you've got to undo this screw. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do it this way. So hopefully you can see that unscrewing, because that's what you have to do. There's something I want to show you so that you're aware. Right, once that's unscrewed, then you can take this out with the spring. Now note which way up that spring is. That spring faces that way. And what has fallen out, but all these lovely little brass pieces that rest in here. So that's what I need to do. I need to put them in there, put the spring in the right way, which will be that way, and put that together. But because I'm changing to electronic, I've got to figure out what I need to do. So hopefully that helps. What I now need to do is put all of these in here. This will explain why there was only 11. So that must be what fits in here perfectly, I guess. Now I'm confused. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Well, I've succeeded in putting nine in there. It's a different size. Let me see what happens if I put them in here. Okay, so now I really am confused because I can only get 9 in there. However, 11 fell out. Do you just put 2 on top of it on this? Is that what you do? I find that hard to believe. Unless 2 of them were here, like in the middle. This is where I need the instructions, guys. I don't know. It certainly looks as if 2 of them just ride in there. Huh. That must be what it is. 2 of them ride in there. And how do you put that together? That must be it. Wow. Okay, see what happens when I take this out slowly. Yeah, that's what happens, guys. So 2 of them need to ride in this groove. Oh, and this one's got plastic in there. Oh, I'm really fucked. So do I put them in there or not? Ooh, what's that? This is all comes out. I mean, I could certainly put one in there. 1. And I put 2 in there. Is that what I do? Put 2 of these in there. Oh, don't you fucking believe it? Yeah, I dropped one. Let me find it. Okay, this is how you put them in, and that's why there's 11 of them. Then they all neatly fit there. My only concern at the moment is how to retain that when I'm converting to electronic, where there will be no points. The kit doesn't seem to come with a nut. To go on there. I think what I'm going to do for the moment so that I can get it all back together is put that on there. Maybe I have to take that out of there and just use that nut, or maybe you have to get a nut and a washer so that when this, you know, when I put this on here, let me try and rest it on there. Now obviously I can push down and it comes up through, but there's going to be nothing to hold it into place. And I need to look at the other kit, which is the electronic side, to see what has to be done, which is a bit of a pisser. Yeah, I was hoping to finish this today, but I'm not going to. It's 4 o'clock in the evening. I'm getting ready for bed. No, I'm sorry. Silly song. Silly me. Alright, well, I'm going to do this in 2 parts for you. This is going to be part 1 of the rebuild of the fuel pump. This is the nut that goes over that thread and holds that down, and then obviously everything has to go back together. I don't know about these washers. I know about that one, and I know about that, but as for the rest of this, no is the answer. So I'm sorry to cut this one off here, but I'm going to. Now that I've figured out how that bit goes together, I need to look at my other kit that I had just there and figure out how we hold this down. Maybe there's a nut and a bolt in that kit that does it, and you know, if there isn't, I'd be surprised. This is the little plate that goes around the outside. You don't need it, but it's nice. AUF 301 this says. What does this one say? AUF 305. So different numbers, slightly different design, and obviously when you put it together, don't forget the gasket, which goes here on the body, and it says Sue all over it, so you can't forget it. Right, that's it for the moment, guys. I'm going to push this out for you. I will reassemble the original one. I'll do that as an aside at the end, just in case any of you are wondering about that. I mean, you've seen me do the earlier part, but not this this part that we've just taken. Should we try that again? This piece that we have just taken apart. Try saying that after 6 beers. Right. Sheesh kebab. What fun. Get out in the garage, go do some shit. Okay, I just wanted to show you this. This is part of the conversion kit. That's a little magnet there, and that screws down to hold everything in position. And then there is a grub screw there, and they give you a little Allen key to tighten it all up. So this is the pump back together. I will continue, as I said, in the next part, finishing off my electronic one. I will also reassemble that other one, just in case you're not going electronics. Can't think why you wouldn't, but hey, who knows. And really, then hopefully that will be it for the fuel pump. Then I'll mount it and I'll show it mounted. So all in the next video. I'm not sure if that'll be tomorrow. It may not be for a couple of days yet. I got fucking doctor's appointments, which 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Anyway, so then on what have we got, 28th 29th of September, so hopefully then we'll be showing this pump in action. I'll have to buy some petrol. Oh shit, in action. That's going to be scary. because then I'll find out where all the leaks are. Okay, get out in the garage, go do some shit.